A lot of people have been waiting for this one. There's been a lot of talk about this one. I've seen the hype, and I think it's living up to it so far. You'll Do Bad Things. It's written by Tyler Boss and drawn by Adriono Turtolici, and it's on Image Comics. Now, author Seth Holmes, he had his hit a decade ago. It was a character that he wrote that he doesn't like, and he hasn't been able to produce anything since. And he's behind his deadline. The publisher's looking for him, and he no longer wants to write about this character, and he no longer wants to write about the types of things that character and that story that made him famous and it got him where he is today, at least anyway. He just doesn't want it anymore, but he doesn't want to feel that push to produce that negative work, and so he's trying to write these new stories about happiness and romance and friendship, but no matter what he writes about, something bad always happens. And that's where it really starts to get weird, because the bad things that are happening, it seems like they're happening in real life. I don't know, and they don't make it clear whether they're happening in real life. It seems like they are. We'll have to see. We'll have to get to the next issue. One of the things that was really great about this particular book, aside from just some fun art and, of course, this wonderful storyline that's building up, is just that it was a nice, thick book. The paper stock, it's not that cheap flimsy stuff that we're so used to, that high gloss, really thin flimsy stuff that we're so used to on the comic books today. This is just nice thick paper. It's worth the $3.99 that it cost. That's all there was to it. It just had some size and some quality to it. It's not just the average $4 or $5 let's slap it out there, it's going to sell because it has X character in it, and haha, X, get what I did there. So a really great storyline. Looking forward to seeing where it goes, to see if these things are real or not, see if these things are actually happening. You'll Do Bad Things. It's in your local comic shop. Now, do me a favor, click on that like button for me. I see you watching out there. I've seen some publishers and creators share the work, and they've responded to me directly, and appreciate that I'm doing it. And I am just doing it for fun. I'm not, obviously, I have the comic book shop, Amazing Fantasies. Me and my buddies here own a comic book shop in Topeka, Kansas, and that's why we're really doing it, is to get attention, attract attention. I myself have a following of people all around the world, considerably larger than that of our little local comic book shop, and so I've taken it upon myself the last few weeks, since the beginning of the year, to use some of my reach, what little reach I do have, to just go out there and talk about the thing that I love so much, these comic books, these stories, these artists, these creators that make them, and the business itself. And so that's why I do it, and if you appreciate it, click that like button. It's the biggest thing that you can do to show me that you appreciate it, and I will continue to do it either way. So, but do it. Click the little like button. It just takes the 1 second, and if you are in the position where you are not able to get your comic books, it's a new horror story every day. I know I say this every episode, it seems like now, but it's true. The fact is that I wouldn't say it if I didn't just see it happening all the time. There's somebody I'm in these groups and across social media and around the world with tens of thousands of people, and 50,000 people in them, serious comic book collectors, smaller groups with considerably less people with really serious collectors in them. But I hear people talking about it all the time, about how the comic book shops close down in their area, or how they change hands and they don't carry as many comic books, or they're just a game shop. Well, we're a game shop too. We're a collectibles shop, but we have 250,000 comic books on site. Most of those are under $2, $2, $1, a handful of them 50 cents. A few thousand books in the store that are more than that we would charge more than that. that. Otherwise, you can come in and you can sift through bins all day long, and it's fairly well organized. Though there's a good 60,000 books on the floor that are organized, ready for you to thumb through, that are $2 or less. That's the way it goes. And we're putting 1,000 out all the time. It's like a drop in a drop of water in a swimming pool, but we do it all the time, constantly. It's happening every single day. More go out, more go out, more go out. So there's always something to see. AmazingFantasies.com, or stop and visit us here in Topeka, Kansas.